And we are live. Welcome into the Arena Multi-Platform Gaming News Podcast morning show for Wednesday, December 7th, 2022. I'm your host, Expat, along with my co-host, Burley of Burleman Gaming. Burley, good morning to you. How are you this morning?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Another cold one today. So, yeah, getting cold. The days are drawing near to the end of December. So, of course, Christmas is coming up soon. And yeah, we're getting into that end of the year weather. So cold at night. It's like all the water on the windows in the morning. Got to wipe off the windows and everything. And,
No,
yeah. So, yeah. How about in your neck of the woods? How are things?
it's plus 6 degrees outside. And the sun isn't even out yet. Yeah, it's
Okay.
so weird because I've got my windows open. It's like,
Yeah.
well, because like they pump the heat in my building,
Okay. Yeah.
or else I'd be in here in like shorts and shit.
Yeah. So you're looking forward to the Game Awards? Of course, the Game Awards is coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that it's going to be interesting to see which wins and the announcements. So I think it'll be a fun time with me, Turn-Based Carl, and my community member of mine, Fryman14, will be recording our reactions and we'll post it up to YouTube.
Yeah, you'll be sending it to me, and I'll do the editing and then get it up to the channel and everything. So, I will not be, unfortunately, I will not be able to attend with you guys because I here in Japan it'll be in the middle of the day and it's work day. So, yeah, maybe next year I'll be able to do it together with you guys. But of course, obviously, the Arena Multi-Platform Gaming News Podcast, our weekly podcast episode of gaming news. Of course, we will be covering all the winners and of course all the announcements, and I will be there, obviously, of course. So looking forward to that. So we got a great show for you on this midweek edition of the morning show. So we're going to be talking about early, man. How long has it been since we played Horizon Forbidden West? It feels like almost a year ago now, man.
Yeah, because it was like February it came out, or early March.
It came out like in early spring, I think it was. Yeah, and played it and then got caught up in all the other games and stuff. But Horizon Forbidden West, apparently the DLC.
February 18th is when it came out.
February. Okay, yeah, February. Yeah, can't even remember. Yeah,
it's
been that long. So. But anyway, Horizon Forbidden West, looks like we're going to be getting an announcement soon for the DLC, which supposedly is called Burning Shores. We're going to talk about that. Elden Ring, of course, today there's an update, the Colosseum update. We're going to talk about that. We're going to show you the trailer for that. So, I think it's the first DLC for Elden Ring, right, Burley? I think. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yep. And then finally, we're gonna have a nice discussion about the Microsoft deal with Activision Blizzard, because today, or actually earlier this week, Microsoft basically saying that Call of Duty is going to be coming to the Switch if the deal goes through. So we're going to be discussing that. We're going to talk about that later on. But first up, let's get to our first story, Burley. And here we go. Horizon Forbidden West Burning Shores DLC announcement coming soon. So I will give you the article here. So this is from Gaming Bolt. So basically what's going on here is somebody on Twitter, supposedly this prominent insider, his name is The Snitch. The Snitch of all things, right?
Great name, dude.
That's a great, that's perfect. That's perfect for if you're gonna leak stuff, right? Mm-hmm. Anyway, so this prominent insider he took to Twitter and he posted this cryptic tease of an upcoming upcoming announcement showing Las Vegas, San Francisco, and Los Angeles on a map, which of course those are the locations in Horizon Forbidden West. Right.
Yeah, and we actually have Fubu in here. Awesome. I'm earlier this time. Welcome on in, Fubu.
Hey, welcome on in,
Fubu.
Fubu. Yeah. So thanks for coming in. We really appreciate it. So, yeah. So as I was saying, so you get Las Vegas, you get San Francisco, you get Los Angeles. So because those are the locations of the Horizon Forbidden West game on a map with the shape of what looks like a focus. Yeah. And this journalist by the name of Tom Henderson on Insider Gaming says that this is a tease for the upcoming Horizon Forbidden West expansion titled Burning Skies. The expansion is reportedly set in the aforementioned regions, Las Vegas, San Francisco, and Los Angeles, but further south of the area where the base game takes place. So in universe, the area is known as the Burning Shores and is passingly referenced by characters on several occasions. And according to Henderson, Horizon Forbidden West Burning Shores will be announced, quote, imminently, end quote. Though it remains to be seen exactly when that will be, though it's likely that Guerrilla and Sony will take the stage at the upcoming Game Awards, which is coming up tomorrow. Right, Burley? Tomorrow night.
Yep.
So
tomorrow at 8 p.m.
Yeah, to unveil the expansion. So Burning Shores is allegedly due out in April of 2023. Burley, your thoughts on this?
Well, first we got Fubu's thoughts here. I refuse. Okay. Fubu saying I refuse to buy DLC. Either sell me the full package or no DLC. Only DLCs that I have is for Witcher, Zelda for the Switch, and FF7 Remake. All top tier games. I can understand your sentiment, Fubu. There's a lot of bad DLC out there. Yeah. But this has me. I want more from Horizon. And their expansion in Zero Dawn, shoot, I'm blanking on the name here. The DLC for that.
Yeah.
Oh, it was really, really good. I'm looking this up. Sorry. It was a really, really good DLC and showed me what.
As you're looking that up, I'll just comment. Frozen Wilds, yeah. I'll just comment on what Fubu said here. Well, Fubu, it sounds like you're a traditionalist. You want everything on the CD, or I'm sorry, not the CD, but on the disc. When you get the game, you know. But that's unfortunately that's the way that things work in the gaming industry these days. To make more money is to pump out the DLC and make people pay for more of it. You know, so. My advice, watch the DLC when it comes out. Watch people play it a little bit, or watch the trailers, or take a look at some of the gameplay. If you enjoy it, wait until the price comes down a little bit and then pick it up. Just like we were talking about yesterday with when it comes to $70 games. Just wait for 6 months to a year and then pick it up. You'll get it dirt cheap, maybe like $5-10. But anyway, that's just my advice. Yeah.
The Fubu saying, yeah, I understand. If I want everything in one go, wait for the Game of the Year edition. Yep.
There you go.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I get it. I DLC, I'm not huge on DLC. It's got to be good DLC. But like everyone praises the Witcher 3 DLC, and like Dragon. If you're a Dragon Age fan, Awakening was such a really good DLC. That thing was huge and good amount of content and length, and it was great content. So it's stuff like that. I have no problem spending my money, and giving. And so this, I can't wait to see what this is. Yeah. I'm always waiting for more Horizon. So
well, like for me, I'm a big Assassin's Creed guy. So I would always wait until the season pass, dropped in price, and then I would pick up the season pass, and then I would get all the DLC for it. So.
And we got someone waving in chat for you.
Hey, Take. Hey, Take. Hey, welcome on in, man. Welcome on in. So, I'm excited. Hopefully, we'll get this announcement at the Game Awards, Burley, and hopefully we'll get some. We'll actually get some footage and maybe some of the gameplay of it to look at what it's like. Yeah. So, at least it's not going to be attached to Call of the Mountain, the VR expansion.
Well, you knew they were never going to do that. That's the thing. Like, they know VR is so divisive, and especially, as we said, PSVR 2 shot themselves in the foot saying, PS1 VR is not compatible. So it was like, well, you already shot that out the river.
Right.
Shot yourself there. They know this thing is not going to sell as well as they potentially could have.
Yeah. Alrighty. So, Horizon Forbidden West, Burning Shores. So, can shores actually burn, Burley? I don't know.
Yes. If you get a bunch of dry leaves on the shore, and you get some soak them in gasoline, light a match.
All right, Burley. All right, Burley. You don't have to go in so much detail. I was just joking with you.
Yeah. No, I just saw the Mythbusters episode 3 weeks ago, so it's all fresh in my mind.
All right. Okay, next up, we're going to be talking about the DLC that's coming. Speaking of DLCs, Elden Ring is getting its first DLC. We're going to talk about that right after Burley flies the drone. So get that drone ready, Burley. Get the controller
Drone is ready.
Okay, we'll be back right after this, so stay tuned. All right, so Elden Ring player versus player Dream Coliseum update. It's coming out today, actually. So I'm going to go ahead and drop the link for all of you, so you can go and read this at gamesradar.com. And I'm going to show you, of course, I'm going to go ahead and show the trailer here in a second. But first, I want to ask you, Burley, do you think this is long overdue DLC?
No. This DLC, because what this DLC is just a Coliseum for PvP. Mm-hmm. And I talked with some people on this. They added this to the first Dark Souls for the PC release, and people weren't too happy about this.
Yeah.
But like, I think, personally, I think they put this out today to re-keep this game fresh in people's minds for the Game Awards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, probably. So anyway, I'm going to read a little bit of this for you. The short trailer that we're showing you now for the Coliseum update shows players duking it out in familiar arenas. Arena, Burley. The Arena, multi-platform gaming news podcast, right? With fights ranging from... Come on, Burley. Come on. With fights ranging from 1 versus 1 to 3 versus 3 battles, which also include NPC summons, quote, battle for glory in new player versus player modes. So it's unclear how that glory may translate into in-game rewards or prestige, though. So, yeah.
Yeah, then you see all the different players with the different skill sets fighting it out. And Fubu, I'd let him, he knows of this and he does not care. Let's just let because this is not what he's looking for. Yeah, like I would have thought we would have got some. I think this is just to keep it in mind, but I think during the Game Awards we'll get a tease of the actual DLC. No way he loves killing noobs. He doesn't at the same time. He's not going to go into a PvP Coliseum and want to go in there all the time.
Mm-hmm. So let me read a little bit more of this from Games Radar. It says the Coliseum update sounds like a refined version of the Hollow Arena from Dark Souls 3, which itself expanded on the Battle of Stoicism introduced in Dark Souls Artorias of the Abyss DLC. This arena also featured multiple modes, namely duels and brawls, allowing for sudden death matches or time-based slugfests, where the victor was the one with the most kills. Different Hollow Arena modes granted players different types and amounts of Estus to recover health and or mana. And while we can see players chugging flasks in the trailer here for the Elden Ring Coliseum update, it's unclear how these player versus player arenas may dictate which consumables are available. So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot to be, seen as to what we're going to get out of this. So,
yeah. It'll be interesting to see what the rules are in there, and like, who can I pick? What am I going against? Or is it I just go into this Coliseum and see? Because is it going to be a thing where I go in there and there's already 3 players waiting for someone that is newer at the game being like, oh, I think I'm okay. I beat the final boss.
Yeah.
Story boss. And then you go in there and you get destroyed.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, we shall see. But anyway, but we're getting the first DLC. So yeah, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people excited about it, and we're probably going to hear more about it tomorrow. So we shall see. Yes.
And throughout today on Twitter and stuff, all that, it's going to be interesting to see and hear from people trying this out. I'll check it out through people. I am not going to put my disc back in to try this DLC out.
Yeah,
this is a type of DLC I don't mind. Fubu says I don't mind free. Yeah, well, no one minds free DLC.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I was like, you got a problem with free DLC? I don't know what to tell you.
It means you hate the game. That's all.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. To me, like I have my issues with the game. I don't mind this. There's nothing wrong with this coming out because I know there are a lot of people who love the PvP on this.
Yeah.
To do these games PvP, so giving them an area. So hopefully that just leaves them to that area, because that's the problem is if you're playing this game online, you'll have random spots. Invader come in and try and kill you. So
yeah. Well, you know me, Burley. I'm not a Souls guy. That's not my cup of tea. So I get frustrated too much with those types of games. So but I know there's a lot of people out there that love them, and I'm hoping you enjoy it. And if you pick up this DLC, let us know in the comments what you think about it. So we're looking forward to hearing from you on that. So, all right, Burley. So next up, and for everybody, all you viewers out there, we're going to get to our topic for this edition of the morning show. The Microsoft acquisition, the stories keep coming in, and it looks like Microsoft is going to put Call of Duty on the Nintendo Switch. We're going to get to that. We're going to get to that right after this. Stay tuned. Microsoft, it says...
I love that image.
Thank you. Yeah. Microsoft said it will bring Call of Duty to Nintendo. So this is from from the Washington Post, actually. So yeah, I'm going to read a little bit of it for you. So we have something in chat, Burley?
Yeah, we have Fubu. What? How's this going to run on the Switch? Only cloud-based, I assume. Yeah, well, I'll save my thoughts. I'm going to let XPAC go through this article, and then I'll give you my thoughts.
Yeah. So this is from the Washington Post. So Microsoft has signed a deal to bring the Activision Blizzard published Call of Duty franchise to Nintendo for the first time. The company announced yesterday, pending approval of its acquisition of Activision Blizzard. The deal guarantees that Microsoft, which is awaiting federal approval of its acquisition of Activision Blizzard for $68.7 billion, would make available the popular first-person shooter series on Nintendo Switch for 10 years. It also announced a 10-year deal to keep Call of Duty on the PC game store Steam.
Thank God.
The deal does not specify the first year a Call of Duty title would be available on the Nintendo Switch. A new Call of Duty title coming out would likely to be the first to arrive on the Nintendo Switch, though Microsoft Gaming CEO Phil Spencer told the Washington Post in an interview that the entire portfolio would still have to be looked at to see which titles make it over to the Switch. Leave ghosts out. There's no set date yet for when Call of Duty would first arrive on the Switch. Quote, you can imagine if the deal closed on that date, starting to do development work to make that happen would likely take a little bit of time, end quote, Spencer said, referring to the June 2023 date the merger is supposed to close, if it is not blocked by regulators. Quote, once we get into the rhythm of this, our plan would be that when a Call of Duty game launches on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC, that it would also be available on Nintendo at the same time, end quote. Spencer pointed to Microsoft-owned titles like Minecraft, making their way to the Switch as examples of how the company has experienced bringing games to different platforms. And of course, another example would be Ori. Ori and the Blind Forest is another game from Xbox that went over to the Switch as well. Quote, we would do this with Minecraft as well, where we would do specific work to make the game run well on Nintendo Switch and their silicon and support their platform completely, end quote, Spencer said. Quote, we do the same when we ship on PlayStation 5, end quote. When asked if the Switch had enough technical specifications to run Call of Duty smoothly, here you go, Fubu, Spencer said, quote, "Minecraft and Call of Duty are different games. But from how you get games onto Nintendo, how you run a development team that is targeting multiple platforms, that's experience we have," end quote. Spencer said the agreement between Nintendo and Microsoft specifies 10 years because the length of time will be comforting to gamers, and it's likely the companies will continue working together. Quote, "It's just about picking an expiration date, not with the goal of ever expiring. But just like the legalese of a document has to say this goes through some date," end quote, Spencer said. Quote, "But once we start working with a platform, just like we have with Minecraft, both on PlayStation and on Nintendo's platform, our goal would be to continue to support those customers," end quote. The move comes as Microsoft awaits the Federal Trade Commission's regulatory scrutiny over its proposed acquisition, which has faced a significant challenge from Sony, the rival maker of the PlayStation console, that believes the potential of Call of Duty becoming exclusive to Microsoft platforms would give the company an unfair advantage in the video game market. Sony has not accepted a deal with Microsoft that would keep Call of Duty on PlayStation for 10 years. Sony declined to comment. The announcement comes shortly before a December 8th closed meeting of the FTC. While the FTC declined to comment on whether it's meeting with Microsoft this week, Bloomberg reported Microsoft plans to meet with FTC Chair Lena Khan on Wednesday to persuade her to approve the deal. When asked if there was any significance to the announcement coming relative to the FTC meeting, Spencer responded, quote, "The things I've heard and seen written in the press is maybe some intent on our side when we make public commitments to Sony, that our private commitments are unattainable or don't work for partners or for Sony specifically," end quote. So he added that he wanted to show major industry partners like Nintendo and Valve that agreements can be reached even if Sony did not accept. Quote, "Maybe some aura gets put around our words that maybe they're not genuine. Then that when you have a company like Nintendo or a company like Valve believing in the commitment and reaching agreement with Nintendo on something like this, we think it's an important point to have out in the market," end quote. Burley, I think this is an excellent idea, and I think they're doing this to show Sony that, look, you know, if you don't want to accept a deal, fine. We'll just work with Nintendo. We'll work with the PC side with Valve. What do you think?
Okay, well, we got a few things here in chat I'm just going to get to. Take saying it's going to be so hard to play on the Switch. Yep, I agree. Fubu, imagine they take Call of Duty of PlayStation, but you can play it on the Switch. Yeah, see, the thing is here, the real part that really I like is keeping it on Steam and getting it, and so that way I could throw these on the Steam Deck. That's something I like.
Yeah.
Because if I'm gonna play a portable, it ain't gonna go on the Switch. It's gonna go on the Steam Deck. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Now, the Switch, it's gonna be like for the Switch to get these on the Switch, it's going to be cloud, and they're going to have to downgrade the game. There is no if and if buts.
Well, let's just leave this floating around though. There could be a Switch Pro out there somewhere next year or the year after that we don't know about.
Super Switch, whatever they're going to call the dang thing. Yeah, there is that potential. Yes.
Yeah.
But even so, the current Call of Duty, like Modern Warfare 2. So I have it, and that's like 100 and something gigs. You got like 70 gigs you have to install.
Yeah.
And like the last one on PS4, like our Modern Warfare from 2019 on the PS4, that was like 100 gigs.
Yeah.
So to get that all crammed on the Switch, I know it's going to be less because you're going to take the hit graphically a lot and all that, but you're going to get a very how's the best way to word this? You're going to get a very... You're going to get a compromised version of the game.
Okay.
Now, you're gonna have to know, because you want it portable, you have to compromise on a lot of ways. And it's like... It's nice to see that it's coming back to Nintendo, but like I'm curious to see how these versions are going to come out. Because it's like... I don't know if I would want to play them necessarily on the Switch.
Well,
Steam Deck has.
Call of Duty has never been on the Switch, right? I mean, this
Yeah.
would be the first time. I mean, look at. I just want to bring up. Do you remember the Vita, right, Burley?
Yeah.
You know, you had like Killzone. You had shooters on the Vita.
Yeah, you
And
had
a lot
Call
of
of Duty
people-
on the Vita.
You had Call of Duty on the Vita, and a lot of people played them. So
Yeah.
I think there's a huge fan base, and I know Take out there, you were saying, how is this going to run on the Switch? They'll find a way to run it. It might not be like the console versions or the PC version, obviously, but people will play them. I think give them the opportunity to buy Call of Duty on the Switch. People are going to buy them. Yeah. So, yeah. So I just think, I think Vita is a good example here of, you can play, competitive shooters like this on a handheld device. The Call of Duty was on the Vita, so that's one example you can look back on, and like I said, we could get an announcement in 2023 about another model of the Switch, and then by the time that model of the Switch comes out, maybe you'll start to see the acquisition might be finalized by then, and then you might start seeing the developers getting the Call of Duties ready to be put on that new version. So maybe we might not even see a Call of Duty game on the current version of the Switch. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. No, that's the thing. Like, if they're going to put any Call of Duty on the Switch, it'd be an older one just to make it easier.
Yeah.
But yeah, they may try just go for the next hardware release and go there. That would probably be the smarter option. So.
Yeah, we shall see. But interesting.
And morning, Dark Fairy.
Hey, Dark Fairy, welcome on in. Yeah, so I mean, it's a bold move by Microsoft to come out and say this now, and maybe that will, lean the FTC towards Microsoft and in their favor when it comes to the acquisition now, because they're gonna see that Microsoft is open to having this multi-platform. To continue this and just counter what Sony's been arguing, so we shall see. All right, so that's been the morning show. We talked about Horizon Forbidden West, of course, Burning Shores DLC, whether it's coming in April of next year. We're probably going to find out during the Game Awards, so stay tuned for the Game Awards to check that out. And then of course the DLC for Elden Ring, which is coming out today. So if you are, an owner of Elden Ring, maybe you can go check out that Colosseum DLC. So go check that out. And then, of course, our main story in this morning show was the Microsoft story about them going to put Call of Duty on the Nintendo Switch, if the deal is finalized. So. Yep. So Burley, so you and Carl, obviously we're gonna mention this one more time, of course, since everybody, we have some people in here, watching us now. So of course, Burley and Carl and one of Burley's community members, Fryman14, are going to be, doing the live reactions to the Game Awards. They're going to record that, and then Burley, where is it going to go after it's recorded?
Straight up on the YouTube channel here, the Arena Productions.
That's right. So stay tuned for that. Of course, Burley will be sending it to me, and then I'll edit it and get it up to the channel. So, so stay tuned for that. You'll be able to see all of their reactions, to the Game Awards, and of course, all of the reveals of new games that we're going to be getting and all, and perhaps some of the DLC as well that we just talked about in this show. So stay tuned for that. Of course, I apologize. I will not be able to join them for that. I'll be working at that time because out here in Japan, it'll be the next day, early in the afternoon, when you guys are watching the Game Awards. So, any last words, Burley, before we sign out for the midday edition of the morning show?
Yeah. Well, first thing, thank you to everyone that has come out so far to this. We really do appreciate it. For anyone that's watching this on video on demand, please hit that like, leave a comment, and if you're not already, subscribe and click that notification bell so you know when our next videos and when we go live. we are notified. And
Yep.
if you do like the content and you're able to, please consider hitting that join button. We're going to be doing a lot of live streams next
Yep.
year, so you get cool little emoticons to interact with the chat.
Yeah, and joining and becoming a member of the channel, of course, obviously helps us out a great deal to bring you even greater content, and helps us with, of course, all of the equipment that we use and everything. So yeah, it really helps us out a lot. So, and we got a lot of content coming for you in 2023. So yeah, we're just getting started, everyone. So yeah, we're looking forward to 2023. So yeah, we're excited about it. So
And then Fubu's telling me, I'll tell you what, I tell Burley about his streams. Quit your job, make this permanent. It's like, yeah, that's the dream. That's the plan I'm working on.
yeah,
Getting there, trying, trust me.
yeah, yep. But anyway, just reiterating, all of your support helps, and yeah, consider hitting that join button and helping us out. We'd really appreciate it, and yeah, it would help us to bring you even better content. So in the future, so all right, so that's gonna do it for the midday or the midweek, I should say, the Wednesday edition of the morning show. So I want to thank, of course, Fubu for coming on in. Dark Fairy, thank you so much for coming on in as well. Take, arigato gozaimasu, hontoni. Ja, mata desu. So I will see you mata raishu ne. I'll see you next week. And everybody else that comes in on video on demand, this episode will, of course, I will edit it and it will go up to the Arena Gaming News Morning Show playlist here on the Arena Production. So yeah, check that out there. So I've been your host Expat, along with my co-host Burley of Burleman Gaming. We hope to catch you tomorrow for the Thursday edition of the morning show. So have a great day, and we hope to catch you tomorrow. So take care, everyone. Peace.
Take care, everyone.
Out.